Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we'll be making this kimono jacket with a flounce, drawstring and a statement sleeve. My client wanted a blend of these two kimono styles using a chiffon fabric that has an already made flounce. The tutorial to this kimono with a statement sleeve is already on the channel. The link will be in the description. So if you'd like to see how I achieved my results, keep watching. Do not forget to like and share this video, and let's get right into the tutorial. I have cut out my fabric for the front and back panels and I've given them a good press. The full length of my kimono is 43 inches. Every other measurement will be on the screen. This chiffon fabric came with an already made flounce. It's actually a long rectangle with flounce that I'm converting into a kimono jacket. I'm starting first with the front panel, and my fabric here is folded into two, and I've secured it with pins to have more control because chiffon is hard to work with. This line here will serve as my shoulder line, and I've taken my neck width of 3 inches. So I have my fabric unfold at 24 inches, and this includes 1 inch for seam allowance. Another 24 inches point, I came down at 2 inches for my shoulder slope. I will connect this point to the neck width with a straight line. This 24 inches is my mid back to sleeve measurement plus seam allowance minus the width of the band of the sleeve. So the total length of my mid back to sleeve is 25.5 inches. From the shoulder slope point, I will go down 20 inches for my sleeve opening. I will take this same measurement from the shoulder line of the center front, and from this side is going to be 22 inches. Remember, we came down at 2 inches for the shoulder slope. So on this 22 inches point, I will replace the 24 inches our fabric is folded at, and I'll place the same measurement at the hem of my kimono. This is just to help us get a balanced measurement. You know, chiffon is very hard to work with. Then I'll connect the points for my sleeve opening. From the shoulder line of the center front, I will go down 13 inches for the neck depth. I will connect it to the neck width, and I'll cut out the jacket. I have folded my fabric into two for my back panel, and I'm using the front panel as a template to cut the back. The only difference between the front and back panel is the 1.5 inches rise along the shoulder line and the neckline. If you've been following this channel, you'll know that our front and back armhole levels are never the same for you to get that balanced fit on your garment. So I have gone up by 2 inches, and this includes 1/2 inch seam allowance from the shoulder line of the front panel. If you're going up from the seam allowance line, you will go up by 1.5 inches, meaning that your 1/2 inch seam allowance is already included. And remember, you do the same on the neckline. My neck width remains the same and every other measurement. I'll go ahead and cut it out. Cut out the pieces for the drawstring channel and the drawstring. The material came with an already made flounce, and we'll move to the sewing part. So guys, I have all my pieces cut out. I have these strips for the drawstring channels and the drawstring. I have the band of the sleeve. The width measured 6 inches and unfold measured 3 inches, and this includes seam allowance. I have this crinoline and a medium width interfacing for the band of the sleeve. I'm yet to decide which one to use, but we'll see how it goes as we move along. I have my front and back panels. Then I have the flounce that came with the chiffon. So this is what the chiffon looks like with the flounce. The chiffon is actually a long rectangle, 5 meters by 85 inches in width, and this flounce was used to hem around this rectangle. And my client wants me to use this flounce on the collar of her kimono. I'm going to start by assembling the front and back panels on the shoulder using a French seam. So I have pinned it together with the wrong sides facing each other and the right sides facing up, and I'm going to attach using a seam allowance of 0.25 inch. Remember, our seam allowance is 1/2 inch, so you just half your seam allowance into 2. Once that is done, I will trim down the excess to 1 millimeter away from the stitches to prevent bulkiness and give it a good press. I will then turn it with the right sides facing each other and stitch on the wrong side of the fabric with the remaining 0.25 inch seam allowance. This is what your stitches will look like when you are done. You have this clean and professional finish. I like to use French seam when working with light flowy fabrics like chiffon, organza, satin, etc. because of the finish it gives. I'll go ahead and sew close the side seams and I'll show you guys this next important part. I have the kimono on and you can see that the side seam on one side is longer than the center front and back, while on this side I have folded in about 6 inches to balance the side to the center front and back. Do not omit this part because you're adding a drawstring. Even with a drawstring, it will not correct it. So I'll go ahead and trim off that excess to balance off the sides to the center front and back, and I'll overlock the raw edges. I have overlocked the raw edges and have pressed in the hem of my jacket. I will take it to my machine and attach with a straight stitch. So guys, the next thing we're going to do is to attach the drawstring channel. So I have overlocked the size of the drawstring channel and the width measured 1.5 inches. So here I'm just securing the edges and I'll go ahead and pin it in place. I have pinned in the drawstring channel and I came down by 1/2 inch from the sleeve opening and I centered it on the seam line of the kimono. I'm going to stitch on both sides of the drawstring and on the seam line as well to secure it. I have secured the drawstring channel and I've also prepared the rope. I'll go ahead and pass the rope through the channel. So guys, this is what I have. The next is to attach the band of the sleeve. I opted for the medium weight interfacing and I have ironed it on the side of the band that will be top stitched on the right side of the kimono. I have pinned it in place with the right side of the band that has no interfacing to the wrong side of the kimono. I will attach with a straight stitch and top stitch the side with the interfacing on the right side of the kimono to complete the installation. I'm done attaching the band of the sleeve and this is what it looks like. You can see that it's different from this other side. On this side, I doubled the chiffon and added the interfacing and it turned out bulky. Before these ones, I've tried with the crinoline and it looks so stiff as you can see. That's why I opted for just the interfacing. So I'll change this other sleeve much later. So guys, I have changed the band of the sleeve and have also overlocked the neckline where I'll be attaching the flounce. This flounce is made with a special machine with the seam allowance on the flounce folded in and you can see that it stretches. Mind you, this chiffon has no atom of stretch on it. So I'm going to pin the flounce in place with the wrong side of the flounce to the wrong side of the kimono and run a top stitch without stretching the flounce so that when the jacket is worn, the wrong side of the flounce will fall on the right side of the kimono with the right side of the flounce facing up. I'll go ahead and top stitch the flounce all the way around. Then the second flounce, I just placed it about 1.5 inches away from the first flounce so that when the first falls over on the second, there will be about 1.5 inches or 2 inches difference. And on the back neckline, I just placed it next to the first flounce and just top stitch on it. And here is the final look. Do not forget to like and share this video. Leave all your questions in the comment section. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel and I'll see you guys in my next one. A bientôt!